Hello. Thanks for popping on. So hopefully, I know this is a really weird angle. I tried something new for TikTok today, but it looks like I'm looking up at the roof. Hello. Um, so we are live all across the board today talking about online business. And today I wanted to talk to you about why saying my ... is holding you back from your online success, why it's holding you back from your personal growth success as well. So, building, I'm doing good, Georgie. How are you doing? Long time no talk. I haven't chatted with you forever. We got to connect. Building an online business has been an interesting journey. And somebody had reached out to me today before. I'll give everyone a chance to get on here too, but before I dive into today's topic, somebody had reached out to me recently, and they were asking, what got me interested in starting an online business. And I wish I could change the angle of this. Just feels weird on my phone. It just feels all this dead space. I don't know. It just feels weird. I need to fix it last time. So somebody had recently asked me what interested me in starting an online business. And actually, starting an online business was actually done by mistake. So what I mean by that is in 2020, I decided that I was going to start a new business, keep my original business that I'm doing now, but I was going to start a new business. And that new business was life insurance. And it required me to learn how to market myself. So early on in 2020, went down that road, went and got licensed, and was working with someone that I know. And, things were going good. Got in there in January, started my training. So I got all licensed, got licensed in many, many different states, and was super excited about it. In January, got into the office, was spending time training. February, get into building up my clientele and all that stuff. And very quickly realized that life insurance wasn't what I wanted to do. It requires a lot of hustle, a lot of bustle, and I just wasn't all that passionate about it, and honestly wasn't interested in working like 80 hours a week either. So, and it wasn't until March of 2021 that I was recovering and started scrolling on TikTok, and was in the frame of mind that, I just need to learn how to market myself. Didn't look up marketing or anything like that on TikTok, but I don't like the angle of that camera. So, hey, Annette, how are you again? So started seeing all these marketers come across my FYP. Didn't really even understand how to use the app, but was doing my best to learn it. And so quickly realized that marketing myself for life insurance was not really what I wanted to do, because I'd fallen in love with high ticket affiliate marketing. So completely jumped in with both feet, May of 2021. And here I am. So it was interesting when that person asked me that question. I was like, it wasn't purposeful that I went into building an online business. It wasn't like one day I just sat down and said, hey, I'm going to be an online business owner, right? That was not the intention. It was kind of the world shared things with me, and it's the direction that I just continued to go down. And it has been um, fun. It has been frustrating. I've met a lot of amazing people, and I've seen a lot of people come and I've seen a lot of people go. It is, it can be, if you don't surround yourself with genuine people that truly believe that they want the best for themselves, and they truly want the best for you, it can be a lonely place. Oh, you just got off your TikTok live too? How'd it go, Annette? Um, so thinking about all of that and thinking about all of the people that I've talked to, all the people that I've worked with. Hey, Den, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Um, a lot of things have come up in the past almost 2 years. May will be 2 years. And very recently, um, what has come up the most is I hear a lot of people labeling themselves, and how we define ourselves, how we present ourselves to the world, the descriptions that we use of ourselves are extremely important. So you can't just, you can't go through life with rose colored glasses on and just wishing everything to be okay, right? There has to be actionable steps. However, when you label yourself my dot dot dot, right? Whatever that dot 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 is, if that dot 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 is not a positive dot dot dot, then you go through every single day with this negative cloud over you of all of these negative things as to how you define yourself. And I'll pick a big one that online entrepreneurs and a lot of people use it, sports, athletes and all that stuff. Um, my failures. So, what I don't like about that phrase, those few words, those two words, right? My failures. That means that you are owning it. Don't do that. Look at your business, flip that around. What did I set out to do? What was the end goal? If you didn't achieve the end goal, what is it about that process that you can change? Don't own my failures. Change the way that you say that wording, because when you own it as mine or my, it means it's always part of your identity. It means you're always going to carry those failures. Now, you want to continually be at the place where you're learning from the things that didn't work out the way that they were intended to work out. Now, you might say, just saying my failures is kind of saying the same thing, right? In my mind, it's not, because I see all the layers, all the mindset layers that simple phrase and how that's going to impact you in your business. So that's why it's important to know exactly what you're doing, exactly why you're doing it, and exactly what it should do. So if it doesn't do what you perceive and what you hope to achieve, then you can go back and you can make little tweaks along the way. You can find out, well, what's working, right? So in business, in life, I typically do things my way. I always do things my way. I shouldn't say typically. I always do things my way, because not because I believe my way is the only way, but my way is the right way for me. And I am not the type of person that can just do something how someone else lays out because it's a proven strategy. I can't do that. However, following the framework and adopting it to my way of doing things, then it works because it feels natural, right? So What I mean by saying my is holding you back, my failures, means you're owning them forever with no possibility of ever changing. So, why is it bad to label yourself? When you make a mistake, you may naturally want to call yourself a not so nice thing. You may say, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I'm weak, I'm this, I'm that, right? So, therefore, that label that you put on yourself is a negative self view. And labels can be harmful if they're that negative self view. Labeling yourself negatively, it's going to affect your self esteem and it's going to hold you back. Labeling other people can cause stereotypes. You know all the stereotypical labels out there. I'm not going to go through any of them because um, they're just not cool. So they're not cool, they're not useful, they're not helpful, they're not anything. Um, but labeling yourself when you're trying to build an online business is limiting you. Labeling yourself if you're looking to achieve personal goals is limiting you if your labels are negative to yourself, because you're tapping out your self-esteem, you're bringing your negative projection into the world, and you're creating a mindset that regardless of what you do, you're never going to succeed. The labels that you put on yourself, my dot dot dot, they can shape your own expectations that you set for other people, which again creates stereotypes. The stereotypes that you put on yourself and you put on other people become expectations that you have. If you have expectations that are negative, then you always expect yourself to lose. You always expect yourself to fail, right? Or not achieve success, as I like to say. Some examples of some negative labels that you could put on yourself when you do the label of my dot dot dot, it can leave you feeling ugly. It can leave you feeling stupid, weak, fat, loser, hopeless, selfish, unworthy, poor. Those things come from my failures. When you own your failures and you do not give yourself the possibility to grow, to do something different, all of those negative labels can be attached to it. Now, building an online business, it brings up a lot of these insecurities. It brings up a lot of these limiting beliefs. It brings up a lot of these imposter syndrome that you hear the label that is right big now. Um, Labeling yourself brings out all of those. And when you label yourself as unworthy, you're going to feel unworthy to have conversations with people. You're going to feel unworthy to have people join your group. You're going to feel unworthy to give in someone the offer that you have. You're going to feel unworthy to creating content. You're going to feel unworthy. But labels are not always negative. They can reflect positive characteristics that you have of yourself if you set labels that are helpful. My great technology experience, right? That's something you want to own, because that's something that can help you in business. That's something that can help other people in business. And that's a strength, right? My ability to, my storytelling. If you're good at storytelling and you believe that, that's an okay label to put on yourself, is my, right? Usually the labels that we use to describe each other result in assuming things, and they result in stereotypes, which are not helpful. So hopefully that makes sense. There is evidence of this from so everyone knows, or everyone who is on here who knows me knows that I'm clinical social worker. So what that means is I do therapy. So when I see labels, when I see these things that people are doing, I see the multiple steps and the multiple layers of the mindset that goes along with it. So labeling in your mental health, right, which is your mindset, if you're labeling yourself as a diagnosis that you've been diagnosed with, a big one is anxiety, right? My anxiety, my anxiety, my anxiety, my anxiety. People want to own their anxiety as if it's something that they bought at Target. And I'm going to go into in-depth explaining inside of my community um, about anxiety, and probably will jam on it on my next live, not tonight, but next week, maybe later in the week. I'm not really sure what my plans are yet. But when you label my something, it's saying that it's part of you that you can never not have. And anxiety you will always have because it's an internal automatic processing system, but you can change the way that it impacts your life, right? So my labels lead to lower self-esteem and a negative self-worth. So what does that mean for online business? If you have negative self-esteem and negative self-worth, you are not going to walk into the room with confidence to build an online business. And in fact, it's probably why 98% of people who start an online business, regardless of what that online business looks like, guys, it doesn't matter what course you buy. It doesn't matter what podcast you listen to. It doesn't matter what strategy the next 3 people are selling you. They all work. They all work. It just depends on what it is you want for your business. So some of them work, in my opinion, better than others, but the ones that work better are the ones that work better for me. I am in the position of working with people who want to build a business and not just chase dollar signs. If you want to just chase dollar signs and you want to be the perpetual salesperson, then that's fine. What I have for you will work. What my goal is to build an online business, something that's sustaining, something that brings in reoccurring monthly income, right? To add a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth stream of income to my life. So one important thing, regardless of where you are in your business building venture, think of it as my business, not mine, but yours. But when you think about what it is that you're doing online, if you think of it as my business, even if all you're doing right now is watching your first video in the course that you bought, it is still your business. So that is a good label. That is going to set you up with a successful mindset. Because by you saying your business, you are already walking in the shoes of success because you're talking about it. That label that you're putting on yourself is one of, I'm a successful business owner because it's my business. So that's a label that I'm a fan of. So throughout our lives, people attach labels to us, and those labels reflect and affect how others think about ourselves and how others think about themselves. Again, labels are not always negative. They can be a direct reflection of your positive characteristics, and oftentimes they can be useful. Just like I said, if you look at your business as my business, that's a good label to put on. That's a good my, because that's a really good mindset. That's a successful mindset to be in. Labeling can create issues when it's negative behaviors, right? So, um, my my I'm not good at technology, right? So flip that around. My inability to learn technology. That's what that says. Everyone can learn something. It just depends on your capabilities. It depends on your drive to want to learn it. May take you longer, may take you less time. The the tough part about labels, in particular my, is it tends to make the lines in between truth and untruth extremely blurry. So it can create internal conflict within yourself, and it can leave you actually starting to live by the labels that you've given yourself. That's why it's really important, if you're going to use my labels, for them to be positive. Studies have shown that labels influence your emotions. So naming your emotions immediately releases their hold on you, and it causes less like stress inside of your brain. So going back to the big label of anxiety, right? People want to they want to own that. My anxiety. What does that even mean? What is anxiety anyways, right? So as you look to start your online business, look at the ways that you are talking to yourself. Look at the ways that is contributing to how you feel. Look at the ways in which it is keeping you stuck in your own little space.